Hey two-wheeled friends, welcome back to the channel. It is Fury Day. We're out on this 2011 Honda Fury, and we're going to talk a little bit about a remake of a video I did almost 4 years ago. Let's roll the intro and let's chat. So you guys probably remember this video that I did almost 4 years ago, and it was Harley Guy on a Honda. Now a lot of you are probably new to the channel, maybe you haven't seen it, maybe you're here because of that video. It's had, I forget what it was when I looked earlier, but it's over 60,000 views. Now that's not a lot in a 4-year period, but for a small little channel based out of South Dakota, I feel like it is. So Honda Guy on Harley Guy on a Honda. What does that mean? Well, you might have to go back, watch that video. I recorded that video while being on the 2007 Honda Shadow. I don't know, it was kind of all over. I watched that video. Man, that video is terrible. My vlogging has come a long ways. My editing has come a long ways since I've made that video. I had a hard time getting through it, but you guys probably like it. But it kind of takes a little progression of like basically how I got to where I am with what I'm riding. Growing up, I had the love for Harley-Davidson. I always wanted a Harley. I don't know why. You know, the look, just the look of a Harley, just the thought of owning a Harley just was something that always appealed to me. The sound of it, the people that were always around it, I was always intrigued by them a little bit, and just always had the dream of owning a Harley-Davidson. Not any other brand of motorcycle for that matter, just a Harley. Like, I had a little remote control Harley-Davidson motorcycle. I never used it, I just kept it as a decoration. I started collecting some different Harley-Davidson like some nice little decorative plates. I have paintings on them of different Harley stuff, different let's see, some different like replicas of some motorcycles. I even at one point, my little doggy I had, little Rosco, he had a spiked Harley-Davidson collar. He had some Harley-Davidson toys that he played with. So I had all this Harley-Davidson stuff before even having a motorcycle, and it kind of set me up into owning a motorcycle in a way. Just, I don't know, like I never rode motorcycles when I was a kid, but I rode bicycle all the time, and I wanted to go as fast as I could on my bicycle, and I got hurt on my bicycle a lot. I pushed that thing to the limit, and it's funny that I didn't grow up and want a dirt bike of some sort and go to some off-road courses or something like that, and I'm more of a street rider. But it's just kind of weird how it all kind of progressed into where I am today. I feel like deep down in my soul I'm a Harley guy because of my love for Harley-Davidsons, but I don't probably fit your typical Harley-Davidson rider. Like, I know there's a lot of, I'm gonna try to say this, I'm not trying to offend anybody out there by making this video, I'm just thinking out loud. I don't have a script, I don't have an agenda to this video. You know, a lot of Harley-Davidson riders, they are brand loyal. That is all that they will ride, is Harley-Davidson or nothing. And then you have the group of guys, gals that are probably kind of like me, where they'll ride anything. I will ride anything with two wheels. I am not any brand loyal rider. Yes, my heart lies with Harley-Davidson, but here I am on this 2011 Honda Fury, and I will tell you, this Honda Fury is just as fun to ride as any Harley-Davidson I have ever ridden. And that's why I'm here today to talk about this Honda Fury and a little bit of my background of, yes, I am a Honda, I said it again, maybe I am a Honda guy on a Harley, and I just don't know it yet. No, so I call myself a Harley guy on a Honda because of my background. But now we have two Hondas and two Harley-Davidsons in the garage. We're 50-50 again. Yes, I have owned more Harleys than I have Hondas thus far because I did. So I started riding in 2019, and I got that Honda Shadow. I rode it for a few months, and then I bought my 2007 Road King Classic, which I rode for, I don't know, like a season and a half or so, and then I got my 2019 Road King Special that you all have seen. So that is the only bike that has come into the garage and left. Every other motorcycle has stayed in the garage. Like, we buy them and we just can't get rid of them. That 2007 had to go to basically make the financial sense to get my 2019. So that's a little bit of our Harley background. Mrs.TWOWHEELD has her 2018 Softail Heritage. She loves that bike. But you know what? She learned to ride on a Honda. She's ridden this Honda Fury around the block. I am probably the Fury hog. I have ridden this bike, so we've had this bike 2 years. Man, I cannot talk. We've had this bike for 2 weeks at the time of recording this video. 2 weeks and a day. And I have ridden this like every day since it's been in the garage, except for like 3 maybe. And it's because it's clean. And my Road King was dirty, and it rained, and I didn't want to get this bike dirty. Might as well just keep one bike dirty, you know. So 2011 Honda Fury. This motorcycle, like I said, it is just as much fun to ride as any Harley because of the power to weight ratio. I don't know, the way this thing's geared. Like, I know I'm in second gear right now, but you can just crack the throttle and it just digs and goes. I mean, it's aggressive. That chopper stance just does something to it as well. It looks amazing. Gets just as many compliments as my Road King. And you know, I never really kind of thought about that much. I'm like, yeah, okay, yep, no big deal. But I genuinely feel you should have a motorcycle that when you drop that side stand down on, when you're walking away, you should turn and look back at it and smile. If you don't, you're probably riding the wrong bike, or you really just don't care. I don't know. You guys can all let me know down below what you think of that. But every one of our motorcycles, I like to look back at. Even the Honda Shadow, I always kind of refer to that as the black sheep in the garage, because it just doesn't get ridden as much for comfort reasons. But I love that bike. And this, I am really surprised at how well I fit on this Honda Fury. It's got a really low seat height. It's got 3-inch forward controls, and I am so comfortable on this. I'm not as comfortable during the week when I have a backpack on my back, because that's the only really storage besides the down tube bag, which you can kind of slightly see there, but that doesn't hold my lunch and a water bottle and everything I need to take to work. So I throw the backpack on, and I don't know, you guys know what it's like wearing a backpack and riding. It just pulls on your shoulders and just gives you that pressure, and just, I don't know, it's just not as much fun. Where now I'm out here, I didn't even throw my vest on, and I probably should have, because it's a little chilly now that this cold front's coming in. I've ridden 21 days straight too, by the way. Thinking of taking a picture daily, and just made me think of that. I don't know, this bike's handling is amazing, and it could very well be a good motorcycle for a beginner. Now, I'm gonna get some comments down below that probably disagree because of the engine displacement of this motorcycle. 1312 cc's, you're gonna say that is not a beginner motorcycle. Well, I know firsthand this was a beginner motorcycle for one of our friends, Miss Stevie. This was her very first motorcycle she learned to ride on. She rode this motorcycle for something like 5 years or something, and then she got her deluxe that she just started riding more than this. Oh, wow. Got a bug to the collarbone. Ow, or else a rock from, I don't know if I met that vehicle at that time or not, but ooh, that stung a little. I was trying to show you how this thing just gets up and goes. Alright, I'll suck it up. But the low seat height, it's very maneuverable. I mean, it's a little different than the Honda Shadow, because I can compare to that. The Honda Shadow is definitely a better beginner bike than this Honda Fury, but depending on your, I don't know, your cognitive ability, your motor skills, if you are a natural at a bicycle, you're gonna probably be a natural on this bike too. Turning this thing's a little different than the Honda Shadow, even though the Honda Shadow Spirit does have that big 21-inch front wheel. It's got a little bit of a rake. I forget what it is, like 34 degrees or something like that. This is raked out more. It's a longer motorcycle, but I mean, it swerves almost as good. Like, this type of thing feels a little like, you probably don't want to just wiggle the bars like I'm doing. But my Road King and the Shadow, I don't think it's a big deal doing. Now, as far as storage and all that, you can get Honda Furies, you can, and put a bag on them. I mean, you could probably put some kind of a, I don't know if there's anywhere to put it on the swing arm. If you can put it, you can put saddlebags on it if you want. This particular motorcycle will never have bags on the sides, I will tell you that. It will never have a sissy bar. It will never have a backrest, because there is no back seat. It is gonna only be a one-person motorcycle. Like I said, this has kind of become my daily rider back and forth to work. I know I said this in the introduction video. I know I'm only speaking for myself. Mrs.TWOWHEELD just kind of went along with it. It's our motorcycle, but we both know that I'm going to be the main one riding this. I wanted something that was open. You feel the openness. Like, you got a clear view on this thing. It's so easy to see the speedometer. It's right there. I mean, everything's right there. My Road King, I always got to be looking down. I'm opened up nice on this thing, is basically what I'm saying. Very functional motorcycle. I don't know why they don't put a gas gauge on these bikes. I did 100 miles on the last tank of gas. Filled up, I put 2.5 gallons in, so there was almost a gallon left. I think the next trip I'm gonna go about 120 miles before I fuel, or before I feel like I need to. I don't like running low just for the fuel pumps and all that anyways. Just depends on the day, I guess, and how much I plan to ride. But there's pros and cons to these Honda motorcycles as well. But what I will say is, anybody out there looking for a motorcycle, you're thinking about riding, look at Honda. Even if you buy a Honda, whether it's a Shadow, a Rebel, a Fury, there's a lot of Honda motorcycles out there. Buy something like that, you can pick up relatively cheap. I mean, you could probably pick up any kind of Honda that's gonna run for like $1,000 plus. I mean, these new Furies I think are a little over 11,000. I think they're like 11.5, something like that. Oh, this guy's killing my mojo. Downshift a second. And I say to pick up a Honda, even if you feel like you are a, sorry for the jerky voice, because this road is really rough. Okay, I exaggerated that a little bit, but that's about what it's like. I feel like it's like I'm on a washboard, you know. And then being in this gear, it's a little a little bit jerkier on the throttle, because second gear you're pretty much preloaded and you're ready just to rip. But you can pick these motorcycles up relatively cheap, ride them for a year or two, whatever, get familiar, and then go get yourself that Harley or that Indian or that Kawasaki or whatever. And yeah, there's Kawasaki's and Yamahas that are really good beginner motorcycles as well, but you know what, I've never ridden one, so I'm not going to sit there and tell you which one's a good beginner motorcycle. I mean, go get a V-Star, whatever. It's going to be kind of like a Shadow. There's a lot of different Shadow models, and I don't know that they're all created equal, because there's so many people that say, I would definitely not start on a Honda Shadow because it's too big a bike and whatever. But you know what? My Honda Shadow Spirit's a little over 500 pounds. It's got a relatively low seat height. It's a forgiving motorcycle when you're riding. I would recommend that motorcycle to anybody, because my wife and I both learned to ride on that motorcycle, and it just might stay in the garage for the time that may or may never come for one or both of our girls that say, hey, I want to learn how to ride motorcycle. I mean, we got 4 motorcycles in our garage now, and we got 4 family members living under our roof, so we could all just hop on one. Sounds like a good plan to me. That'd be kind of fun. That'd actually be pretty cool. That would be awesome. I don't know if that'll come. Okay, so let's back up to this video I did that prompted this Harley guy on a Honda video again. So almost 4 years ago, I recorded that video, and in that video I talked about how Mrs.TWOWHEELD didn't have any interest in learning to ride, and how I talked about how I almost sold that motorcycle, and then I decided just to hold on to it. And in hindsight, I am so glad that that motorcycle got held onto, because it was perfect for Mrs.TWOWHEELD to learn to ride on. I don't know, maybe this isn't a Fury Day video, and it seems weird saying Fury Day because this motorcycle came from the Stevie Foe channel, and they always had Fury Friday. I don't ever really intend to put this Fury video out on a Friday, but maybe we'll do one Fury Friday video just for fun Fury Friday. I don't know, that was a Stevie's thing. I don't want to take that. So we got Fury Day just because I always put videos out on Saturdays. You got Shadow Day, that was like Saturday, you know. It's nice having this option in the garage. I wanted a motorcycle that wasn't so big and heavy to ride daily to work, and this just fits that bill perfectly. Yes, I gotta wear a backpack. To me, that's an okay compromise because of what this motorcycle is. I love how it looks. Like I said, it's just fun. It's got the Honda reliability. Now this one, I'll probably say it currently is a little bit of a death trap. Not like a 10 out of 10 when it comes to death trap, but there's some things that need to be done on this thing to make it a little safer. And one is, I mean, this motorcycle has over 20,000 miles on it, and it needs some brake work, especially the rear brake. It's little to nothing, and it relies it all on, you rely on the front brake. Well, the front brake needs some new pads. I mean, it stops, but any of that slow speed stuff gets to be a little bit more difficult, because I've gotten a lot of different habits of, you know, rolling up to a stop sign and just using the rear brake so I can flip my visor open while I have my hand on the clutch or something like that. Oh, now this person's gonna speed up. Well, we're gonna go this way. Okay, see, I just really had to grab the brake. But like I said, the slow speed stuff, when you're trying to keep the bike a little more upright and all that, gets to be a little bit more difficult. Like right now I'm on the rear brake and it just, okay, it stopped, but it's like, come on, come on. And just like that, you're at the speed limit. So you guys can all leave something down in the comments below. This was just a real quick, well, not really quick, it's probably a long video. Yeah, I've been recording for about 20 minutes. And I just wanted to come on and say, yes, I call myself a Harley guy because of my background. And I didn't talk a lot about it earlier, but like in my mid-20s, Glacial Lakes Harley-Davidson, I don't know, sometime in my 20s, I forget what year they opened, 2002 to 2006, somewhere in there. But yeah, probably the former, like in the early 2000s, they came to Watertown, opened up their shop. And at that time, my dad and I were looking at buying a brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. We were both going to buy motorcycles and ride together. And then for whatever reason, I don't know, like maybe he just didn't want to pull the trigger for whatever his reasons are, but mine were kind of the financial reasons. I didn't have the support at home to buy a motorcycle, obviously, young and dumb, but responsible. I'm not saying I would have went out and got hurt, but it just wasn't the time and place. Fast forward 20 years, and now the toys are in the garage. Got the channel. Love having all you guys come back weekly. Nearing that 4,000 subscriber mark at the time of recording this. Yeah, we're a few hundred away, but who's counting? It's fun just for being this guy in South Dakota with a camera on his helmet and riding some motorcycle. Oh, and every once in a while, I didn't do it here yet. I haven't done it yet today. A Harley, you look like Michael Jackson trying to get it into neutral, like, you know, but like this thing, I find neutral on it way too much. And sometimes it's like you're gonna start entering a 90-degree right-hand turn type thing. And put my arm up because I know the blinkers are hard to see. And I don't know if people know their signals. There's not much for blinkers on this, so I like to... What in the world? Pressure washing? What is that? Yeah, oh wow, that's trippy. Holy buckets. There's a lot of waves here in the ocean today. We're gonna come up here and get a photo. And then we will just say goodbye. Oh, there's people down here. So I want you all to leave a comment down below. Are you a brand loyal motorcyclist, or do you just ride whatever you need to ride? I suppose I should shut it off that way and not the key. I want to know. Let's take a look at this before we say peace out. And by the way, this is not the ocean, this is our lake, but it's pretty choppy today. But if you are new to the channel and you're here because of this 2011 Honda Fury, there will be more videos to come, but be sure to go down there, click that subscribe button, ring the bell for future uploads and activities, give this video a big thumbs up, and until next time, two old friends, peace out, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.